How's it going, everybody? Lampini here again today, and we have another BattleBots video for you. Yes, I know I've been spoiling you guys with this. Well, my last video, I made a video of making Leah a Beetleweight robot, so I took the liberty of building her yet another one. Why did I do this? I found out that I had a lot of spare parts, and I've always wanted to make a video like this where I build a robot completely and entirely off of nothing but spare parts that I have lying around. Didn't buy a single new item for this robot, which I'm very proud of. Well, I'm gonna have to afterwards, but we'll go over that in a little bit. But I built Leah Beetleweight robot. As you'll remember, it's this one, still unnamed. Gonna have to ask Leah what she wants it to be named, but it is all completed. It's one of my more complex designs in terms of like the chassis and then the bar here. Very satisfied with how it turned out. It's the first robot I built from scratch in like 2 years. So it pretty much showed me that I still have it. So naturally for this next robot, I wanted to build her an Antweight. I have a Beetleweight for her to go against my Beetleweights, and now I'll have an Antweight to go over my Antweights. I was deciding on what kind of robot I wanted to make, and I said, you know what? We're not going to build a new design. We're going to remaster one. Aha, you like that word there. We basically decided to completely rebuild Galaxian. Yes, indeed, folks. If you remember Galaxian, it was a robot that I made way back in 2017. He was an Antweight, and he was a pretty simple design, you know, a wedge-shaped lifting arm, flipping lifting arm kind of dealy. Very simple. Like I said, I made him back in 2017, and he was one of the longest lasting designs that I had. For future reference now, Nicotine Lips is the one that I've had the most long term. I built him in 2018. I eventually got rid of Galaxian because I kind of sacrificed him to some of my more destructive robots like Whirlwind and Deathstalker to actually fight him. And then I decided to disassemble him and use some of the pieces that were in him to build some of the other robots. But I had some other pieces lying around, so I said, why not I just rebuild Galaxian and just kind of build it again, and then he can go up against Vindicator, two lifting robots, just going back and forth. There's no fear of the robot getting destroyed, just getting flipped over back upright. I think it's gonna be a nice little like dogfight type thing to do with Leah, so that's what we're planning on doing. Look in here. Those are all the spare pieces for that we're gonna eventually turn into Leah's BattleBot. These are all scraps. I didn't buy anything new, so. Let's get to work. So for a little idea of how it's gonna go, you can see like right here, see that like the top is gonna sit. The top is gonna sit like this, right? And then the back is gonna sit like that. So the bearing block here is gonna put all these in place, and then of course it's gonna be solidified with other things too. But that's just kind of the gist of where it's gonna start out at. You can see like right here, see that like the top is gonna sit. The top is gonna sit like this, right? And then the back is gonna sit like that. So the bearing block here is gonna put all these in place, and then of course it's gonna be solidified with other things too. But that's just kind of the gist of where it's gonna start out at. Building the robot was pretty easy. I had a framework of how I wanted to make it just because, you know, I'd made something before just like him. One of the challenges is, like I said, making it with completely and entirely just spare parts. So one of the big things that I did is I actually didn't have a FingerTech power switch. So what I ended up doing is using the old audio jack plug that I used for the fenestrator, because I had that lying around. I said, why don't I just use that? And as you can see, It works a little bit. The wiring is a little off. I think the power to the battery is a bit off because you can see it's unplugged. But if I like knock it, the power comes back on. See, you can see that. So I got to figure out what the problem is with that. I think it might actually be the power switch and the wiring for that. But you can see, I screwed it in the back. It's just like a little audio jack that plugs in. Very cool. And again, very similar design as the original Galaxian. It's 1 inch tall, 6 inches by 5 inches. You have your wedge, and then the main weapon here, you have the servo that lifts the lifting arm. You can see the range of motion is a lot higher this time around, but he still self-rights the exact same way. So like not too many like crazy changes with him. We all know what to expect with the electronics. You can see the battery off to the side, the receivers over there, the servos over there. It eventually clocked in at 1.2 ounces, so it's a little bit overweight, but I wasn't really that concerned with that. This is a play bot. I'm not really going to compete with him or anything. Finally, something I can do to work against some of my other robots. Now, I know I said that these were all spare parts, but I am going to have to get a part. When I was testing him, which is why you're not going to really see any good footage of him driving around, this motor locked up. So if you feel this one, see, that's going. If I try and move this one, it's like jerky. You can kind of hear it because the gears are getting locked up. So because of that, I'm going to need to get a new spark motor for that on the right-hand side here. But, once that's all done, it's going to be a lot easier. We're going to have the same old robot that we had before. So that'll be it. It's a nice short video. That is the rebirth of Galaxian. So now comes the fun part, because I'm not done with these BattleBot videos. Now that I've built a Beetaweight and an Antweight for Miss Leah, she is going to battle them against my robots. So you'll finally get to see some robot and robot action on my channel. She said that she wants to paint them, but I don't know if we're going to battle them and then paint them, or paint them and battle them. I kind of just want to battle them because I have them here already. And painting them is going to take a while. So we'll wait and see on that, but I'm very excited to finally have it out. It rounds out my BattleBots, so I have 4 Antweights and 4 Beetaweights, 8 robots total. I don't really think I'm going to be making another one anytime soon. I think what I'll probably end up doing is modifying some of the ones that I have, but I'm really kind of happy with all of them as it stands. Vindicator's good, Whirlwind's good, Deathstalker I just updated, he's good. Nicotine Lips with the new wedge is fantastic. Fatal Deviation is fantastic, and then Night Stalker. I might rebuild the chassis maybe. The blade mechanism is good, but I think the chassis could do some work, so maybe I'll do that, maybe make it more compact. I don't really know, but that concludes this video real quick here of me building yet another robot for Leah. I think I'm doing it half for myself and half for her at this point. But thank you all for watching. Tune in next time where we actually get to see some battling. All right, see you later, guys.